And by no means do I consider myself an expert or a guru or a person of influence that I should be listened to. But when this starts about nonsense about, oh, this is the end all of end all, I said, I've heard this all before for years to come, and it's never going to end. And know your business is not the end of all end alls, and you're only kidding yourself. There's plenty of good businesses out there, and to believe that there's only one good business out there, and you're in it. It's ludicrous. But I didn't say that. I was kind, and I just let him go on believing.
You didn't change his mind, huh?
One guy told me, I've known this guy for years now, and he changes business about every month.
Yeah.
And every business he's in is the best business he's ever been in, and we're all going to make a lot of money. And I said, Doc, you said the same thing last month to me when you were doing this business. Oh, that was just a crock. Well, I knew that, Doc. That's why I didn't join with you. Why is this any different? This is really it. This is definitely the one.
Definitely the one, huh? Yeah.
I said, Doc, if that's the one, how come you're the only one making money? I said, because I know your people. I know your people who are in your downline, and none of them are making money. You're the only one. He said, well, that doesn't have to be true with you. I go, yes, it does. I said, because you're only interested in sucking out my startup pay, my startup promotion, making the money off of that, and then moving on to the next one. He said, well, you don't sound very friendly to me, Dave. I says, Doc, I've heard it all from you, and you continue to spout the same nonsense about every business you say you started up in. And it's a different business just about every week or every month. And so I says, your credibility is wearing thin, and I don't buy it. He said, well, I won't bother you anymore. I said, I appreciate that. But he'll be back. He'll be back in another week or two and send me emails and say, oh, this is great. This is the best business ever. And he lied.
Oh, man. I guess when you've been hanging around as long as we have, you've heard it just about all of it. So.
Well, that's what I appreciate about you, Mike, that you don't go on about how great you are and how this business is the end all of end alls. We all know there's plenty of good businesses out there, and who are we to say which one's the best?
I think they all have all the legitimate ones have a great opportunity. It's not the business. It's generally the people. And as long as we got human nature and human people involved, we're gonna run into the same problems, no matter what you're doing. And you just have to persevere.
My friend Gary Heiser, I don't know if you ever heard of Gary Heiser. He's been in Amway for a while.
I've heard of him.
Well, Gary used to say something that's really stuck with me. He says, so long as your business has a fair and equitable pay plan and a product the people need, all you need to succeed is leadership and marketing.
That's exactly right.
And I really believe that. That's what will make you rich, is leadership and marketing.
That's exactly it.
So, that's what I'm concentrating on this week, is leadership and marketing, is being a leader and telling people how to market.
Well, you do have the talent to be that leader, so.
Well, it's only because I've had friends like you and Gary and so many others, Dexter Yeager, indirectly, and Bill Britt, and all these Amway diamonds who nobody has heard of since. But they all played, Zig Ziglar is a big one. Jim Rohn is a big one. And these guys who everybody knows their names but don't know what they said.
Yep.
And we just need to get back to the basics and do leadership and marketing and tell people that's what they need. And they don't need a fantastic play plan that's going to come out here and be gone in 6 months. We need leadership and marketing right now.
You're right. You are right. 100%. Like I said, there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of really good plans out there, really good opportunities out there, and
a lot of good pay plans.
They all present an opportunity, but it takes people, and it takes leadership and marketing. That's exactly what you're talking about. We keep trying.
Well, we keep trying to communicate it, and some get it, and some don't, and most don't. Most want to do the hot flash in the pan type of thing. And
remember what Bertie Yeager used to say, don't you?
Refresh my memory.
SW, SW, SW.
So what? So what? So what?
Some will, some won't. So what? Next. You got it. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. That don't mean I don't care about the people. I do care about the people. I care a lot about people, but sometimes you just have to accept the fact that they're not the leader yet. That don't mean they can't be, and they just don't have the concept of marketing yet. Big majority of them don't have the concept of actually doing the work.
Yeah.
Doing the things necessary to make it happen. So many of them, and I think it's probably the industry's fault more than theirs, but because the industry is taking a turn over the last 15, 20 years of, don't worry about it. Don't worry about, how you do it. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. You don't have to. Just sign the bottom line. Pay me your money, and I'm going to do it all for you, and it's all going to happen, and you're going to get rich. And
Mike, you're making me sick. I'm about to throw up.
Well, you've heard it. You've heard it so many times. I've heard it. We've all heard it. And we all know the truth. Most of us. A lot of us know the truth, and we still go on hoping and wishing. So, I got a question. I had someone ask me if I've ever heard of Neobucks or something like that. I have heard of it. I don't know a thing about it. Do you?
No, I know nothing about it. It looks like another one of those things that's going to be similar to what's it called? Bitcoin. It's going to be another alternative form of financing, or of that's what I thought it was.
Well, I've heard that name for a long time. A long time ago, it seemed like I heard that name, and it just now, today, someone asked me had I heard of it, and did I know anything about it, and heard of it is the only thing I can say, but and like I told you, I don't know anything at all about it. Let's see who else has joined us this evening. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, it's Sandy in North Carolina.
Speaking of Sandy, we're so glad you're here tonight, Sandy.
It's my favorite North Carolinian.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Like Marnie's my favorite Canadian.
If it gets any colder here, I'm not going to stay in North Carolina, though. I'm going to go to the Bahamas. No, not the Bahamas, the Caribbean.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You don't want to stop here in middle to northern Georgia, where I am. It's been really cold here.
Oh, Mike, you're a big liar. I saw the temperature in Atlanta was 55 today for a high, and we barely got out of the 20s.
Well, we just barely got out of the 20s yesterday. That's the problem.
So don't give me your freezing down there, because you hit 55. That's balmy. That's downright balmy.
No, it don't get balmy until it gets about 80, 85.
Balmy.
You're just spoiled.
Yeah. Well, this is where I spent my life, and I know what the temperature is supposed to be, and it's not exactly been that way. And then my wife's been showing me pictures of Buffalo, New York, and they were people. She showed me a picture a while ago of people standing on their house sweeping the snow off the roof. And problem is, the roof was
shoveling.
I mean, they could walk on the roof. If they could walk on the snow, they could walk on the roof, because
walk on the snow drift to the roof.
The snow was up as high as the roof.
Oh,
Yep.
that's horrible.
To me, it's horrible, but of course, the good thing about it is it's in Buffalo and it's not here. Not like that.
Yeah, Buffalo's got a rough going of it.
I've seen other years when Buffalo had pretty rough, but this one, they really getting socked this week for some reason or other.
It's early, God.
Yeah, it is early, really. Sandy, I was just talking with Reverend Dave, and like myself, he has heard of this NeoBucks or whatever it is that you asked me about earlier. He didn't know anything about it either, really, to speak of. I think he had a little bit more insight on it than I did, but I thought we could
I
share.
just wondered if it would be another avenue to advertise on. I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen it, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was another alternative form of exchange where it's like Bitcoin, but it's NeoBucks instead.
I don't know. I got the impression it was free and you could advertise, but that's the usual. If you upgrade, you get more advertising, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen it. Like over the last couple of years, I've seen it several times on the safe list and website. But today I happened to open a send earnings. I do those paid emails, and I do on that. I just wondered about it.
I saw something interesting, or rather, I saw something. I didn't see something interesting today. All those advertises, I don't know how many of you click for safe list advertising or for traffic exchanges, but I saw all of those twice confirmed traffic are gone, and they were just filling up the screen before. So they must have twice confirmed traffic. They were saying they were getting incredible returns, and I knew it wouldn't last.
Oh.
A friend of mine got into it, and they wanted upwards of $60 a month, so you could circulate your URL on them. And I said, it will never last. It's too expensive. And now it's gone.
Let me enlighten you on what I've just found here. As a member, and this speaking of NeoBucks, as a member of NeoBucks, you can earn simply by viewing all the advertisements we display. Says now you can multiply your earnings just by viewing advertisements. So apparently it's must be kind of like a traffic exchange or something to that nature.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess if it's free, try it a little bit.
Well, yeah. Let's see here. Is it free? Don't know. They don't give me enough information here on this home page or splash page about it or whatever it is. You can view their advertisements and register and log in, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of information about it here on this splash page. Other than
That's very informative.
not at all. Let's see, advertiser. You can advertise your website to help increase your sales and traffic. But it doesn't mention how much it costs to advertise your website. It does appear, just from what I'm seeing here, though, to be some form of traffic exchange or something to that nature. It says we are experts in providing new business solutions in a win-win environment. Okay. It doesn't really. They do have down here at the bottom the fact that they accept PayPal and Payza and NetTeller, and I've never heard of that one, but several different payment processors here, so that tends to indicate to me that they're accepting some form of payment and they want some kind of money.
They want money. They want my money.
Okay, forget it. You want money?
They want Dave's money, so you just go ahead and sign up, and when it comes to money, just tell them to talk to Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Oh, dear.
Says I can view advertisements. Okay, I clicked on view advertisements, and what they have is 3 columns of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 two-line ads, text ads. And then if I scroll down here further, it looks like they got some different categories I could click on. I assume that takes me to
what
different.
that sounds like, Mike?
What's that?
It's that thing I enrolled you in.
Well, you the one did that. Oh, I mean,
No, I enrolled you in something for free, and
Dave, as long as me and you've been together and been around, there ain't no telling.
They wanted me to click on ads and watch for 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
I got credits for it.
Yeah. That sounds like a traffic exchange of some kind, too. That's generally the way they work. You click on it and you watch it, just like our RBO exchange. You click on there and watch their ad for however many seconds till the clock counts down, and then they give you so much credit for points or advertising credits and things like that to advertise your site with. And, there's nothing wrong with traffic exchanges. They're a good idea, except most people are clicking for, they're not necessarily watching the ad. They're clicking and letting the timer run out so that they can get points and going on to the next one. And they never actually see the ad, so.
Which is why I prefer SafeList. Because if you have an inventive ad, to show them first, other than just the stock, the regular script that most people use. You have a chance of people reading what you have to say if you use HTML, or if you do some sort of inventive advertising that shows them that you're different from the other 99% that's on the safe list.
I will say this, that if anyone wants to learn anything at all about using SafeList, then I would recommend them come to you, as I've done in the past, because I do know the results you get from using SafeList, and I do know that most people get no results from using SafeList whatsoever, simply because they don't do it right, or they don't I don't know, they don't wiggle the nose or the ears just right. But I do know that you have had a good measure of success using SafeList, and I'm always willing to refer people to you if they are serious about learning how to use one. My big thing is, how many people do you need to build a network, to build a large network? How many people do you need? Four.
Just four.
Just four.
Just four.
That's really all. But you need to have the right four.
4 workers.
You need to have 4 that are of a like mind as yourself. You need to have 4 people that will duplicate what you're doing. Now, and in all honesty, if you're sitting back waiting for the riches to fall out of the sky into your lap, and you sponsor 4 people that are also going to sit back and wait for those riches to fall out of the sky, you're going to have 5 people that are disappointed. So maybe more, because whoever sponsored you is probably also going to be disappointed. But if you find, if you, and I'm preaching to the choir right now, because I feel like both of y'all are workers, but both of y'all put forth the effort. I see the efforts that both of y'all put out, and both of y'all put forth. I've seen, and I see the results. But if people come in, and there again it gets back around to what I was talking about a while ago, and the fact that the industry has probably got some fault there. It's not just the people. The industry is, over the last few years, more than a few years, has been teaching people that they don't have to do it. All they have to do is just sign the bottom line, pay the money, and we're gonna make them rich. And
you're making me sick again, Mike.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that, but both of y'all know that's not going to happen. Both of y'all have heard me preach about it too many times, and you know it's not going to happen. But unfortunately, the great majority of the people do. And if you are just throwing ads out on a safe list, or you're throwing ads out on a traffic exchange, or anything, even the my current favorite of the day, the Facebook groups, advertising groups, you're going to get a measure of results. You're going to get some people coming in and seeing your ad. They're going to accidentally see it because they're going in to place an ad for themselves, and while they're in the process, they see your ad. But those people are not necessarily of a like mind that you are. The majority of them have been told, you don't have to do all this. Just go on Facebook and post all these ads in all of these Facebook groups, and you're going to get this ton of traffic coming on. You're going to get all these people seeing your ads and a ton of traffic. Problem is, they're not taught the right kind of ad to place. They're taught, go out and put an ad, stick your link in that ad, people going to click on it, and they're going to go see the pretty pictures, and the nice music pops up sometimes, and they're going to click on it, and it's going to give them a little form, and they're going to sign up. And that happens. That happens. The problem is, what happens to them after they sign up? You know, what happens to them after they sign up? When you get people that come in and then they just sit there and they know they saw all these pretty pictures and all this pretty sales pitch that told them they were going to get rich, and all they had to do was sign up, and they wait and pretty soon they get tired of waiting and they do what your friend does that you was talking to me about a minute ago, David. They go on to the next pretty picture and pretty ad, and it looks prettier. So, and it was prettier than the first one. So we're gonna jump on it, and then we're gonna wait, and then we're gonna get a little bored with waiting, and we're gonna go back to the advertising groups. We're gonna go back to the traffic exchanges. We're gonna go back to wherever, and we're gonna find a prettier ad. We're gonna find one that's brighter colored, or one that has a louder music, or one that has someone on there that's just really, bringing it on down, preaching it. And we're going to jump on theirs because theirs must be better. And unfortunately, we got people jumping on the latest and greatest thing of the week. I've been trying to come up with a product that I could sell, which is the latest, greatest opportunity this week, or the latest, greatest get-rich-quick scheme this week, and see how many people I can bring in that way. But I don't think that's a good thing. I think that's what's happening too much already. I'm preaching, aren't I? Y'all just tell me to shut up and y'all can talk a while.
No, it's all good, Mike. It's all good. And I really believe that unless we preach the basics, which to most people get boring after a while, but if we do the basics, we all will be rich. And let's face it, because we are doing the basics, we all will be rich. And that goes beyond money. It goes beyond possessions. We're talking spiritually rich. We're talking mentally rich. Because as we progress, and I resist this world to evolve, we find ourselves needing less of the possessions that the world lusts after.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm finding myself now. I get $275 every week to live off of, and then I have a lawyer that pays my bills out of my VA check, and I live very comfortably. And I sat down and did a budget today. Even after I tithe and give to missions and give to the building fund and get to the gas tank and still spend $50 on fun stuff for me, I've still got $139.75 left over to do with whatever I want with business, or groceries or whatever, stuff like that. But groceries comes basically once a month. And I realized how blessed I truly am. But for that God has placed me in this position. And I'm glad I'm where I am. And I really don't need millions of dollars to be happy. And I figured out that if I had all my dreams, all my heart's desires, and I needed to pay for it all at one time, I could probably get by on like a $500,000, and that includes a motor home and stuff like that, and a nice place to live when I'm not traveling. So I'm just finding out how blessed I am to be in the position that I am right now.
Yeah.
You make God happy when you talk like that.
Well, that's what I'm all about, Sandy. I'm all about making God happy and making Him known to other people, and letting God know that I appreciate him, that he has blessed me, and that because of his blessings to me, I can now be a blessing to him. I had one guy tell me, he says, how can you bless God when it says the inferior can't bless the superior? I said, oh. He quoted an obscure scripture, took it totally out of context, and I thought, oh, he said, how can you bless God when God can't be blessed by an inferior person?
You're missing it, sir.
I've got something here. Not changing the subject, just kind of moving along on the same subject. But I clicked on one of the ads on that page just to see what kind of ads they were, and up comes this little video, and across the top it says it's 100% automated moneymaker. 100% automated moneymaker. And it says all you got to do is pay $47 to buy this software, and money's just going to come popping out. I mean, it's just going to. I mean, you're going to have a wheelbarrow or something so you can haul it off with.
Woo!
And and then he tells me right here. He says he's not going to promise you're going to get rich, but here is my bank statement. You can look at my bank statement and see how rich I'm getting. Nowhere in here is it said what he's actually doing or what the software is doing or anything like that. In other words, it turns out hundreds of dollars, and it's just software. It just started pulling money in right on the first day. He made over $560. I'm reading on the screen as that stuff pops up. It's just and. Unfortunately, y'all know I'm Don Quixote and I'm charging the windmills, but that's what's wrong, and that's why so many people fail, is because they read these ads, and the ad said just pay $47. You can get this free software. I ain't figured that one out yet, that part of it out yet, because it did say free software, but I got to pay $47 for it. And money's just going to start popping out. It's just going. I'm going to have to put me a bucket under my monitor here because it's just going to fall out. And this is one of the ads on Neobucks, by the way.
Yeah, I think we'll get clear of that one.
I'm not going to tell you every ad on here is the same, but that's the only one ad I clicked on. It said automated money software, so I had to click on it just to see. A lot of these ads look like they're PTC ads. Y'all know what PTC means?
Yeah.
Paid to click. In other words, you click on the ad and you get paid for it.
That reminds me, I got an email from Lynn Hamilton yesterday, I think it was, and she was advertising one of her businesses, and I clicked on it, and it was the Tripler.
JSS Tripler.
I just can't believe that it's reared its head again. I am still in that, and I've never gotten paid.
I didn't know it was still existed. I thought that died and was buried years ago.
They renamed it something. I don't remember what it is now. But they renamed it.
JSS Tripler, pay to click or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah. And I got $2,000 in there that I can't shake loose from them. I was kind of surprised when I saw that link.
Yeah.
And I was going to email her about that and ask her.
I think you ought to. Okay. That's one I avoided, even though I had several hundred people try to convince me that was the greatest thing that ever come along.
I had avoided it for the longest time, and I had all this money in there, and I didn't take any out. And the next thing I know, they were telling me I couldn't take my money.
Right.
So it's like.
Does that sound like Mike?
It sounds exactly like 1X, and I think it was kind of like 1X. What it sounded like. It seemed like it would come along about the same time as 1X came along, and it was, everybody that I was trying to tell 1X was the greatest. They were trying to tell me JSS Tripler was the greatest, and that that I had to get into it. I had to get in, and I just somehow or another, through the good fortune, through God's grace, or through my wife telling me that she's going to beat me over the head if I did, I avoided getting into that. But anyway.
Way to go, Barbie.
She's sitting here right behind me, so she can't hear y'all, though. Y'all
Oh,
in the
yes, I
headphones.
can. My ears are better than
Oh, she says she
Way
does
to
hear
go,
you.
Barbie. Because I
I'm gonna
probably
get
would have
you.
fallen into it too.
But if you have some legitimate experience there, I think it would be nice if you would contact Lynn on a in a private manner. Don't come out in one of the groups or something like that and tell her anything. But if you would send her just a note in private manner, tell her you'd just like to tell her, share some of your experiences with that JSS Tripler, that maybe you'd be doing her a favor. I don't know.
I was surprised it had that name, because it's, like I say, I know they changed it to something.
Yeah.
That I recognized the formula immediately. That's why I opened it up, because it said something about them giving you $10 to get you started.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, this sounds familiar. Yeah, I will. As soon as I get 5 minutes, it's been absolutely crazy. We were supposed to have a closing tomorrow.
Well, that sounds
and
like good.
I hadn't heard anything all day.
Uh-oh.
So it got to be about 3 o'clock. We were out at the store, and I got a call from the attorney's office. And I saw the number come up, and I thought, uh-oh. So it was postponed, and we don't know when it's going to close.
Mm.
So at 3 o'clock on was just nutty, trying to get in touch with people and
Yep.
get things changed. Oh. And now we got the holiday coming up, so it's going to be even more complicated.
Yep. That's it. And by the way, this next week, a week from tonight, we're not going to be here. I said it Tuesday, but Dave helped me say it Tuesday when he said he was going to be AWOL. So we won't be
I
here
have
next
another
Thursday.
call I'm supposed to be on, so I'm going to let you guys go.
Shame on you.
But it's been enjoyable. It's been profitable.
Yeah.
And I will talk to you all later.
Alrighty. Well, we really appreciate you gracing us with your presence here tonight and your wisdom and
Well, that's got nothing to do with grace.
Okay. Well, anyway, we appreciate you being here, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday night. We'll still be here next Tuesday night, I guess. I think.
Right. And hopefully I'll be here before then. I'll talk to you later, Mike.
Oh yeah. You know how to get a hold of me.
Take care, Sandy.
Alrighty. Well, Miss Sandy, if you got anything that you need to talk about tonight, or shall we have an early night?
No, I'm good. I've got no questions. So I just be happy to have an early night.
Well, that's good. We all need that from time to time, so that would be good. We'll just plan on doing that, and we'll come back here again next Tuesday night, all refreshed and recharged and ready to attack the world here.
Yes.
In the meantime, if you have anything anything come up, you know how to get a hold of me.
Yeah, and if you find anything that's, sending buckets of money on your birthday, please let us know.
Right, I'm keeping my eye open for those. I know some opportunities that are real opportunities, but unfortunately, they're not ones that you can sit back and wait for it to fall out of the sky. It won't happen. I know people are disappointed in me for telling everybody that, but it just won't happen. Anyway, I look forward to talking to you again. We always do.
Okay, good night.
And we'll say good night.
Good night.
God bless you. We'll talk to you later.